Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Deepika Verma and in this video I am going to discuss a very beautiful play, Hamlet. So Hamlet is tragedy by William Shakespeare and full title is Tragedy of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. And it was written sometime between 1599 and 1601 and it is Shakespeare's longest play. The play is set in Denmark and it shows Prince Hamlet's revenge on his uncle Claudius, who has murdered his father King Hamlet and taken over his throne and married his mother Gertrude. So let's discuss the important characters of this play. So first character we have is Hamlet, who is a protagonist of this play and eponymous character. He is son of King Hamlet and nephew of King Claudius. And second important character we have is Claudius, who is uncle of Prince Hamlet and brother of late King Hamlet. And third important character we have is Gertrude, who is a mother of Prince Hamlet and wife of Claudius. We have other important characters also like Polonius, who is the chief counselor of King Claudius, and Horatio, who is friend of Prince Hamlet and confidant, and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are friend of Hamlet. Osric, who is a jester in this play and who provides comic relief in this play, and King Hamlet's ghost. And last important character we have is Fortinbras, who is Prince of Norway. So let's discuss this play act by act, and after that we will discuss 7 soliloquies of this play. So let's begin. Act first. It's a dark winter night. Two watchmen, Marcellus and Bernardo, see the ghost walking the ramparts of Elsinore Castle in Denmark. They summon scholar Horatio to witness it. The ghost resembles the recently deceased King Hamlet, whose brother Claudius has inherited the throne and married the king's widow Queen Gertrude. So they tell Prince Hamlet what they have witnessed. Hamlet makes a decision to see it himself. When Horatio and the watchman bring Prince Hamlet to see the ghost, then the ghost speaks to him, declaring that it is indeed his father's spirit. And he is unable to rest in peace because he was murdered and his own brother Claudius murdered him by pouring poison in his ears when he was taking a nap in his garden. The ghost asks Hamlet to avenge his death. Hamlet agrees and the ghost vanishes. Now Hamlet plans to put an antique disposition on, means he will act as madman. But Hamlet is not sure about ghost reliability. In other scene, Polonius' son Leartus is going to France. Polonius gives him very useful advices. He says, neither a borrower nor a lender be, for money often loses both itself and friend. And second advice he gives, give every man thy ear but few thy voice, means give thy ear to everyone but thy tongue to none. Act second. In this act, Claudius and Gertrude employ a pair of Hamlet's friend Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to watch and investigate the actual cause of Hamlet's madness. In another scene, a group of traveling actors comes to Elsinore and Hamlet thinks of an idea to test his uncle's guilt. He plots to stage the murder of Gonzago, a play featuring a death in the style of his father's murder, in which he will check his uncle's reaction. Hamlet calls this play the Mousetrap. And the play proves a success as Claudius leaves the room because he cannot breathe. Now Hamlet convinced that Claudius is a villain and resolves to kill him. In Act 3rd, Hamlet is going to confront his mother in her chamber. On his way, he finds Claudius praying, but he doesn't kill him, believing that killing Claudius while in prayer would send Claudius' soul to heaven, while his father's ghost is stuck in purgatory. So Hamlet decides to wait. In the queen's bedchamber, Hamlet and Gertrude fight bitterly. Polonius, spying on the conversation from behind a tapestry, he calls for help, thinking that Hamlet is going to kill Gertrude. Hamlet believes the king is hiding there. He draws his sword and stabs through the fabric, killing Polonius. Act 4th. Claudius punishes Hamlet for Polonius' death by exiling him to England. He also sent Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to England with a sealed letter for the King of England, demanding that Hamlet be executed. Hamlet discovers the plot and arranges for the hanging of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. After her father's death, Ophelia goes mad with grief and drowns in the river while singing sad love songs. Polonius' son Leartus arrives back from France to avenge his father's death. Claudius convinces Leartus that Hamlet is responsible for his father's death. Here Hamlet has returned to Denmark from England. Claudius makes a plan by proposing a fencing match between Leartus and Hamlet, where Leartus will be given a poison-tipped foil or sword, and if that fails, Claudius will offer Hamlet poisoned wine as a congratulation gift. Here Gertrude reports about Ophelia's drowning and her death. Act 5th. Here is gravedigger scene. Two gravediggers discuss Ophelia's suicide while digging her grave. Hamlet and Horatio comes there. Hamlet picks up the skull of a jester Yorick and says, "Alas, poor Yorick," as he contemplates mortality. Here Lealtus comes for Ophelia's funeral procession. Hamlet proclaims his love for her. Back at the castle Elsinore, a courtier named Osric arrives on Claudius' orders to arrange the fencing match between Hamlet and Lealtus. The sword fighting begins. Hamlet scores first, but he didn't drink that poisoned wine. Instead, Gertrude drinks it and she dies on spot. Lealtus succeeds in wounding Hamlet. Then Lealtus is cut by his own sword's blade. And after revealing to Hamlet that Claudius is responsible for the queen's death, he dies. Hamlet then stabs Claudius with the poisoned sword and then pours the last of the poisoned wine in King's mouth. Before he dies, Hamlet begs Horatio to live on and tell his story to the Prince of Fortinbras. Then Hamlet dies in Horatio's arms, proclaiming the rest is silence. Now Fortinbras arrives there. Horatio tells him Hamlet's tragic story. Fortinbras takes the crown for himself and orders a military funeral to honor slain Prince Hamlet. So this is how the play ends. Now let's discuss Hamlet's soliloquies. There are 7 soliloquies. 2 of the 7 soliloquy occurs in Act 1st and 1 in Act 2nd. 3 soliloquies are in Act 3rd. Last are 7 soliloquy occurs in Act 4th, Scene 4th. In these 7 soliloquies, Hamlet shares his inner feelings, thoughts and plans for the future. So the first soliloquy is that this too solid flesh would melt. That occurs in Act 1st, Scene 2nd. And second soliloquy, "O all you host of heaven," that occurs in Act 1st, Scene 5th. Third is, "O what a rogue and peasant slave am I," that occurs in Act 2nd, Scene 2nd. And fourth is a most important soliloquy, that is, "To be or not to be, that is the question," that occurs in Act 3rd, Scene 1st. Fifth soliloquy is, "It is now the very witching time of night," that occurs in Act 3rd, Scene 2nd. Sixth is, "Now might I do it bad, now A is praying, and now I will do it, and so he goes to heaven, and so am I revenged, that would be scanned," that occurs in Act 3rd, Scene 3rd. Seventh and last soliloquy is, "How all occasions do inform against me and spur my dull revenge," that occurs in Act 4th, Scene 4th. So it's all about Hamlet and its 7 soliloquies. So friends, if you like my video, then subscribe it and hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications of my videos. And do like and share. And thanks for watching this video.